So, this video is about a little investigation I did into different sources. I have four. I have this beautiful little guy that's all nasty with fingerprints. The Shanling M2S, which is going to be retired soon because the rotary encoder is going bad. And it's actually a complete nuisance to use. More on that in a moment at the end of the video. DM6, which I bought because it was super duper cheap. People highly recommended it. I figured I don't really need all that great of a DAP just for listening to IEMs. But as we'll soon learn, that might not be the case. Dell XPS 15 in the background. And over there you can see my Behringer UM2 connected to my trusty dusty Dayton Audio microphone. That I also bought this because it's really, really cheap. But now the graphs that I've gotten off of the Behringer, some of them I've gone out and compared to other people's stuff, people with known, good equipment, and I would say it's come out quite good, particularly with the DM6s here, and with the Moondrop Crescent and some others. So I'm pretty confident that the Behringer is doing just fine. But I was actually very surprised. I used these to do my measurements for this video. They will be down below. I don't have them in front of me. You'll have to pop those up yourself and look at them. But I was very surprised at just how different the response was from this to this to this to that guy over there. If you look at the graph for this guy, it very closely resembles the UM6. If you look at the graph for this guy, the treble, I tried to match up the treble on the graph, and then you can very clearly see that from the lower treble, upper mid range, all the way down to the bass range, it's quite elevated compared to the other two. And then if you look at the Dell XPS 15, it's just a shit show. It looks like garbage. Which makes sense, because when I first got these and I tried them out on this laptop and this player, they did not sound very good. And then I got not this guy, but a Shanling M0, which met an untimely end thanks to my wife washing my jacket without checking the pockets first. Thanks, wife, I love you. And it sounded much better. And then I graphed them and whatever. Anyway, so does your source make a difference? Yes. It surprises me that it makes such a big difference, considering it's almost harder to make a shitty solid state amplifier than it is to make a good passable one. The techniques, the secrets, all that stuff of doing so are very well known at this point. There are books out there that you can read. I've read part of a book about it. Amplifiers for audio are actually very easy to design. Not to say that I could design one, just from a purely speculative point of view, for somebody who's an audio engineer and more schooled in that field than I am. Really, you have no excuse to fuck up so bad. Dell, I'm just absolutely disappointed in you. Anywho, This video is just kind of filler material, as you could have guessed. I'll have some more filler material coming as I await more interesting IEMs to review and more interesting things to do. Coming back to this, I have the Shanling M2X on the way. So despite the fact that this rotary encoder, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Despite the fact that this rotary encoder is going out and is a huge pain in the ass and is clearly a quality design flaw, I love this fucking thing. I loved using it. There you go. I'm scrolling down. Oh, it goes back up. Scrolling down. Oh, did you see how it went back up right there? Yeah, that's the problem. And it is just annoying as shit. But yeah, the M2X, I have high hopes for it. And it has a balanced output. So I will be basically redoing the same thing and testing out the balanced output of the M2X. So look forward to that. This is a very late night video. Sorry that the lighting is so shitty, but you know how it is, professionalism and all that. For the record, I am the most professional reviewer on the internet. Nobody is more professional than I am. We know this because I say so, and my wife says so, and my mom says so. So if that many people are saying it, it must be true. Anyway, peace out.